Welcome to the deep dive. We take things you're interested in and really try to get to the heart of them.
Yeah, get right into it.
And you, our listener, pointed us towards something fascinating. The Council of the Unseen from Welcome to Chichester.
Mm.
So our mission today, figure out who, among all those fictional evil groups out there, would be the ideal strategic partner for this council.
Okay, interesting challenge. So the council, what jumps out first is their approach. It's long term.
Also,
They run a school for gifted world rulers. That's not about quick wins. That's about planting seeds, cultivating influence over time.
right, building assets, like intellectual capital almost.
Exactly. And their structure, we hear about Grendel Jinx being the heir apparent.
Ah, so a hierarchy. But wasn't she generally shunned?
Yeah, which is interesting in itself, suggests maybe some internal friction, potential cracks in that structure, perhaps.
Okay, so long game, intellectual focus, hierarchy, but maybe some internal issues. We also know they got taken down using their own weapons.
Which implies they have significant weapons, significant resources to begin with, not just ideas.
Good point. And there's that achievement, work for the Council of the Unseen. That suggests recruitment goes beyond just students, right?
Seems like it. Maybe a broader network, operatives, not just future leaders.
So, summing it up, goal seems to be global influence, achieved through smart, trained individuals placed in key spots.
Pretty much. A subtle long-term domination strategy.
Okay, so if they need a partner, what makes an ideal fit? You'd think complementary strengths? Shared goals, maybe?
Precisely. You wouldn't want conflicting methods or clashing egos right away.
Yeah.
So let's look at the field. You've got HYDRA, always infiltrating, aiming for chaos.
Right, the sleeper agent specialists.
Then the League of Assassins, more about radical reshaping, often through, well, targeted violence.
Focused, almost ideological terror.
And then the corporate villains umbrella, Wayland Yutani E-Corp, by and large, their goals are usually profit and control, often wrapped up in tech or resources.
A real rogues gallery. HYDRA's tech and cells, Spectre's global plotting and espionage, the League's deadly precision, the corporations just leveraging everything for gain.
Yeah, quite the spectrum. Now, measure them against the Council, that subtle influence, the long game.
Spectre starts to look interesting, doesn't it?
I think so. Spectre really stands out. Why? Because both groups love secrecy. They thrive in the shadows. Manipulation is key for both, not just brute force.
That synergy, working behind the scenes, deniable operations, it fits perfectly.
Exactly. Imagine the Council's graduates, these highly trained, influential people, slotting right into Spectre's existing global network.
They could be moles, but like super effective ones, steering governments, corporations,
Yeah.
feeding Spectre intel, or subtly pushing Spectre's agenda from the inside.
And think about the structure. Spectre, under Blofeld, is famously hierarchical, disciplined.
And the council has its heir apparent, its implied order, so they kind of understand each other organizationally.
Potentially, yeah. That parallel structure could make coordination much smoother. Less friction integrating operation.
Okay, that's compelling. And the resources. Spectre has money, networks operative.
Huge resources. They could give the Council the global reach and financial backing to place their graduates anywhere, make them even more effective.
And in return,
The Council offers Spectre something maybe even more valuable. Incredibly smart, strategically minded agents, graduates who aren't just thugs, but potential masterminds.
injecting strategic depth into Spectre's operations.
But let's take it a step further. What if it's not just about cooperation? What if top Council students infiltrate Spectre with a longer game in mind?
You mean, use Spectre.
Why not? Rise through the ranks, use their intellect, their training and manipulation to subtly guide Spectre itself. Maybe eventually align Spectre fully with the Council's ultimate vision.
A takeover from within. Using Spectre's own structure and power against its original purpose? That's chillingly effective, like using their own weapons against them again.
It fits their profile, doesn't it? So this alliance, Council and Spectre, it's a potent mix. The Council's brains, Spectre's muscle and reach.
A truly formidable threat on the world stage.
Definitely.
So it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? If this alliance happened, what kind of world rule would ultimately win out? Would it be Spectre's more overt desire for conflict and control, or the Council's quieter, deeper manipulation? It really makes you ponder the nature of power itself. Is it louder or is it silent? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.